Well, this piece that I'm going to share with you is from Of Water in the Spirit by Malidoma Patrice Some. I'm going to read this piece to you, and then I'll elaborate from there. For the Dagra, every person is an incarnation, that is, a spirit who has taken on a body. So our true nature is spiritual. This world is where one comes to carry out specific projects. A birth is therefore the arrival of someone, usually an ancestor that somebody already knows, who has important tasks to do here. The ancestors are the real school of the living. They are the keepers of the very wisdom the people need to live by. The life energy of ancestors who have not yet been reborn is expressed in the life of nature, in trees, mountains, rivers, and still water. Grandfathers and grandmothers, therefore, are as close to an expression of ancestral energy and wisdom as the tribe can get. Consequently, their interest in grandsons and granddaughters is natural. An individual who embodies a certain value would certainly be interested in anyone who came from the place where that value existed most purely. Elders become involved with a new life practically from the moment of conception because that unborn child has just come from the place they are going to. A few months before birth, when the grandchild is still a fetus, a ritual called a hearing is held. The pregnant mother, her brothers, the grandfather, and the officiating priest are the participants. The child's father is not present for the ritual, but merely prepares the space. Afterward, he is informed about what has happened. During the ritual, the incoming soul takes the voice of the mother. Some say the soul takes the whole body of the mother, which is why the mother falls into trance and does not remember anything afterward and answers every question the priest asks. The living must know who is being reborn, where the soul is from, why it chose to come here, and what gender it is chosen. Sometimes, based on the life mission of the incoming soul, the living object to the choice of gender and suggest that the opposite choice will better accommodate the role the unborn child has chosen for him or herself. Some souls ask that specific things be made ready before their arrival. Talismanic power objects, medicine bags, metal objects in the form of rings for the ankle or the wrist. They do not want to forget who they are and what they have come here to do. It is hard not to forget because life in this world is filled with many alluring distractions. The name of the newborn is based upon the results of these communications. A name is the life program of its bearer. Wow. This explains a lot about our condition because there's certain things that we have missed out on. There's certain steps that we did not take. And a lot of people, their reaction is to just be resistant to their culture because they feel, I guess, let down and abandoned. So let me go on a little further. A child's first years are crucial. The grandfather must tell the grandson what the child said while still a fetus in his mother's womb. Then he must gradually help him build a connection with his father who will help him with the hardest challenges up ahead. My father used to complain that his life was calamitous because he never knew his grandfather, who disappeared before he was born. Had he known him, my father said, he would never have lost his first family, never spent his youth working in a gold mine, or later embraced the Catholic religion with a fervor grander than the one that linked him to his ancestors. His stepbrothers, who knew their grandfather, did not have the kind of restlessness that plagued my father. The frustration of a grandfatherless male child has no cure. Wow. How many of you have no grandfather? How many of you have never been nurtured by a grandfather, let alone a father? So you got to understand there is a restlessness within you. And you have got to find out how to cure that restlessness. I mean, I know our elder said there is no cure, but you've got to feel that. I don't think you're ever too old to find some sort of spiritual surrogate grandfather or father. If you can find one, you are blessed. Don't take that lightly. So, understanding and reading this, you get to see that every person is an incarnation. And being able to carry a child is a gift. These children come for a specific task that has been given to them from an ancestor. It says a birth is therefore the arrival of someone, usually an ancestor that somebody already knows, who has important tasks to do here. The ancestors are the real school of the living. They are the keepers of the very wisdom the people need to live by. And so many of us are just living for ourselves. We're not even thinking about what did we come here to do? What did we come here to do? So I'm going to leave you here with that. I want you to think about that, but I have more to share. So much more to share. Peace and love. Thank you.